Hi, everybody. This is a test. This is only a test at Portage Yacht Club. We got to improve the lighting a little bit, but we shall. We are in the main dining room, the lake room here at Portage Yacht Club in Pinckney, Michigan, doing a test of our stream at about the same time we'll be streaming tomorrow, about an hour later right now, than when we will be streaming tomorrow. And it is a pleasure to have you all here. See if we have anybody on with messages. Checking the messaging too, so we can have our chat working. This is, there it is, Dogzilla Monster. Hey Tom, hope all is going well in Michigan. You look good. Well, I'm relaxed, as you can tell. Julie will not be amused. I have not shaved. That is. My mic got muted there. How did that happen? Dogzilla Monster, aka Stingray, is on now. Hello, Stingray. Okay, I see what is happening with respect to my mic muting. That's why we check that. And yeah, we're here in the lake room at Portage Yacht Club. This is only a test, and we will show this slide and switch. There it is. Now, if that looks a little strange, that's because it's being played on an iPhone. That is the deck. We'll be streaming from the iPhone tomorrow's YouTube and Facebook. And there it is. And I'll have a guest right here sitting next to me in due course. But we'll do our normal show here. And it's a very minimal setup. We have one camera only. And it's right up there. To get the two shot, I only brought one computer. And we'll play the slides, as I said, on an iPhone. There's our show. I'm playing on the iPhone right now from the December 9th, 2022, show number 572. We're just playing that for fun. Okay, so that's all working. Back that up and back that up and back that up, and it's all fine. But this is only a test here. And we are happy that you have all joined us. Tom Fishbeck, looking good. Thank you, Tom. I may even wear this shirt tomorrow. I don't know. I haven't decided. It's a nice day here in Michigan on the 2nd of July, as it is for most of you, unless you're down under. I have one thing I got to fix here. That's why you do tests. View. Window always on top. We need the chat window always on top, so if we do some switching around here, our chat is still there. 0 frames dropped. We're streaming at 1080p 30, just to double check that. 1080p 30. And I have a pretty good internet connection here. One can only hope that it remains thus, and I may string it. String's the wrong word. I may. Clapping or cheering tracks available. Let's see. What do we have for pads here? You may like these. Let's see what that one is. Have a little bit of that music. I don't know what that's all about. Then we have this one. Let's go back to that first one. How's that, Stingray? I've only got 4 pads. Listen to that again. Okay. So yes, we've got applause on my little portable mixer. And then what is, gosh, no, okay, that's just a rim. I won't say So there it is. That's what's the little Zoom audio mixer that is portable. I mean, I literally have. I came prepared. Well, actually, I didn't. I brought the minimal, absolute bare minimum to be able to pull this off here. So I didn't even have to check luggage. I had a roller bag and my little briefcase, and that was enough to make this happen. So does it sound okay? The room's pretty bright. There's some echo here in the room. And I just brought the headset because it's one less thing to carry. I don't have to have a mic stand or a boom stand. And I have another mic, this mic, which, is that on now? Yes, it's on. This will be for our guest. And you can hear it, how bright this room is until I put the mic right up close. So there's a thumb up. Thank you very much. Which is something else I need to fix, or we will have crutonicism here. Reactions. We need to turn reactions off. There we go. I don't know. Maybe we should have reactions on the C920. I don't think so. It's kind of cheesy if we do. I've turned it. I've just brought one of my little old webcams. Looks okay, doesn't it? I mean, we have to have better lighting, like a 60s TV game show lead-in. Indeed, Greg Newman. Yeah, or a Batman episode or something. Go back to my mic here. This one's a little thinner. My mic sounds a little thin, doesn't it? Sounds a little bit like well, this is designed. In fact, Greg Newman, these are the same mics we use. Phone is. And this is a wireless mic. So a little wireless goes to a receiver about the same size that plugs into the system. Okay, it's working. I've dropped 0 frames here in 8 minutes and 16 seconds. Let's see what other, check out the other settings here. Yeah, all looks good. No sound. Did the sound go? Isn't there sound now? 1, 2, 3. Did the sound go? There, the sound should be there. Oh, okay, it's back. Yeah, maybe when I switched mics. Some crutonicism here. I am good though, I think. I think we are okay. We go up with a picture-in-picture a slide. Slides full screen. And we're streaming to all 3 pages. Sailing Illustrated's Facebook page, my personal page, Facebook page, and to Sailing Illustrated's YouTube channel. Okay. Okay. I trust you are all enjoying this test. I appreciate your help with this test. And we will be Facebook. Hi, Greg Phillips, down in Australia. Facebook page. Which are you on? Which one are you on, Greg? Are you on mine or on Sailing Illustrated's? Not that it really matters. They should both be pretty good. Pretty good. And I'm recording this, so I'll go back and have a look at this here in a second on the recording. SI. Okay, thanks, Greg Phillips. Yeah, my brother I had no sound interruption on YouTube. Okay, well, I pushed a button here, I think, that temporarily cut the sound, Stingray. And my brother, who is Paul, who lives in Maui, who is a professional lighting for television shows and various other things, is going to light our set better because I'm actually looking out at the lake. And the reason for that is so that I can get the light through the big front window. You can sort of see if I go back to this shot. It's a little overexposed there, but that's the docks and the marina all out front here. That's what we call the park behind us here at the club. Everything looks nominal. Sounds okay from Australia. Thank you, John Collings. Is that John Collingsworth? Are you in Oz? John Albert Collings. Then we have a Collingsworth who watches regularly, a friend of John Emmett's, and he is in the United Kingdom. Let's put the chat. See, we even have chat on the air. Oops, there's a problem. My camera in that chat is upside down. We got to fix that. That is not correct. So we better fix that. Okay, let's go to the chat. Let's go to video capture, that one. Let's fix that, transform it, and we'll rotate it 180 degrees because obviously that's crutonic. That's why you do tests. And now you can see my shoulder. Oh, that's great. So we better change that a bit. I'll do that after the fact. I don't have to do that live on the air, but I know now I have to fix that. And maybe I can put some upside down. It's okay for Yeah, I'm going to have to fix that. That is crutonic, and we will indeed fix that. So that, first of all, that image is in the right place. And yeah, we got to fix that. That's not correct. You were trying to crop a camera image here. Now that it's the right side up, well, we'll fix that off the air. Upside, it's crutonic. This is more exciting than the presidential debate. Well, it's about equally crutonic, Jody Shields. Oh my goodness. Just don't get started. All Americans are embarrassed about that, whether you're left, right, or center. Unbelievable. Now, normally we have a blue background. Should I go put the blue background on the chat? Sound okay? Content debatable. Thank you, Jeff. Let's see if I can get the background and do something different. Our normal background. I don't obviously. Both are master debaters. Stinger is saying, yeah, they weren't. Sadly, they weren't master debaters. They were master something else. But let's see if I can get that on the back of the chat while we're here. Yeah, I didn't bring the normal computer, the streaming computer, because obviously that's a big machine, that Apple Studio. Paste reference. Okay. In a minute, I'll get that working too, because the black's okay, I suppose. And normally we have like the color, the blue water in the background of that. And I suppose just having the black on white is okay. Well, I get that picture up here in the P, I get that fixed. I'll do that off the air. Okay, you can hear me breathe a sigh of relief that this appears to be working. First time every time. One can only hope we'll get better lighting. Definitely get better lighting here when my brother, who's out on the pontoon boat towing, well, there's not a breath of air. We had frontal passage yesterday, the breeze as it does here in the Great Lakes and most of the Northern Hemisphere for that matter. Now that the high pressure is asserted, it will swing slowly around to the east. I think you can probably see here on that shot behind me, it's just DFAC, dead flat calm. And that's shallow water looking around the corner in the southeast corner of the lake. But nonetheless, it'll swing around to the southeast and then the south, and then it'll fill. It'll get hot and humid. By 4th of July, it's going to be quite hot and humid here as usual. It'll fill in, get windy, and then we'll have another cold blast of cold air from Canada down here. And then we will have the cycle repeats after every 7, 8, 9 days, usually. It's only a test, is up with its partial immunity. Okay, we have not dropped a single frame, I'm pleased to report. Check my other stats while we're at it here. We've missed 0 frames due to rendering lag, 0 frames skipped due to encoding lag, so that all seems to be working. It's a pretty good computer, Mac, fairly high-end laptop that I just threw in my bag. So yeah, it's the same software on the laptop. It's working, I'm pleased to say, and thank you for your help checking it. Those of you, especially down under, where it's I have to redo the time zones now because it is 5:30, 17:26 here. And I have to subtract 3 to get to the East Coast. I have clocks up here. I better get my little clock program going so I know what bloody time it is in the rest of the world. So it's only 2:30 on the West Coast, -7 to Sydney this time of year. Is that right? So 14 minus, so it's only 7:30 in Sydney. Is that right? 7:30 in the morning, Sydney, 9:30 in the morning in Auckland. Ted Ryman checking in from Cape Town. Thanks, Ted. Nice to have you on as well. And of course, it's Tuesday morning down under. Tony Veal in London, where it's 10:25. Yes, you are here on the East Coast. You are +6 to us. So 17 and 6 is, oh no, you're +5 in England, +6 to the continent. You're on summertime, both of you. So you're +5, 17, 22, 27. Yes, indeed. 10:25, Tony Veal in London. Okay. I got to fix that. And other than that, we seem to be in pretty good shape. I'm streaming at 4,700 kilobits. I think we're set to stream at, give or take, let's see what we're set to, 4,500, I think, kilobits per second. 1080p, 30 frames a second. The output is indeed 4,500 kilobits a second, constant bit rate. All the settings are nominal. We're using Restream.io's Chicago server. Yeah, I'm going to fix this camera too so that I can. The problem is this camera is not a great camera. Hi, Jonathan Frank, Galveston. Oh, Galveston. I'm at the Portage Yacht Club here, my home club where I grew up. This building is fairly new. Well, fairly new. It was built in 1992. And the lake is out here to the right, and that's this camera. It's not an HDR camera. It's not a camera that can distinguish between the foreground, even if I'm well lit, and then the background. Hi, Chris Ferry in Melbourne, where it's a bracing 3 degrees C this morning. Wow. Well, it's beautiful here. It's about 75 Fahrenheit. What is that, 20 Celsius? And John Collins is going off to work. Have a great day to you, sir. Thanks for joining us. Rick Bannerow in low humidity, breezy, warm Connecticut. Yeah, we have the same weather here, Rick. It's going to heat up, though. It's going to get warmer and more humid as we go through. So the lake, the north here is to my right, and then the clubhouse is back behind me, and what we call the park, where there are a bunch of picnic tables, family-oriented park, and Susie Hawkins, who we were racing against last Thursday night. It was nice to sail with you or against you. Not technically against you, because Susie and her husband were sailing in the Flying Scot class, and I was sailing in the Interlake class. Yes, I need to get well lit, but since I've stopped drinking, Jonathan Frank, it's one does not get lit at all, not even mildly. Okay, and I'm going to have a guest here. The slide's over my shoulder. We'll push that out of the way. Please interview the bartender. Well, maybe we might get the bartender. I'm trying to get my dad to agree to sit. My dad is widely credited by Dick Rose and others with having invented, not necessarily perfected, but invented the 720 rule. Tom Ehman Sr. is 91, and he still works all day, every day. He's in the office here at the club, running the club. And I'm trying to, he has tentatively agreed to sit an interview on Friday and talk about what was originally out here, the 1080 rule. It was actually 3 circles, but otherwise quite similar to the current 720 rule. They obviously knocked a circle off it. Okay, I think after 22 minutes and change here of a test, I'm pretty confident that things will work okay tomorrow. We have dropped 0 frames, and likewise, frames missed due to rendering lag or encoding lag, likewise, are 0 after 10,000 frames. 30 frames a second, 1080p, broadcast quality here from the Portage Yacht Club. Now all I have to do is prepare the slides and the video. By the way, we're going to have, I'm promised, there's a dinner going on tomorrow night at the RORC in London. Speaking of, there are a couple of you on here from the UK. And there's a dinner of Andrew McIrvin, Andrew Pindar, and Alistair, Mr. President Murray, who has somehow made his way to London. And the 3 of them are having dinner tomorrow night, and they promise slides from that dinner, at least from the cocktail hour ahead of the dinner, so we can have those for the show. I asked them, why don't you prop your phone up and give us a live presentation from the RORC, but I don't think the club would appreciate that. Comments here coming in. Please interview the bartender. Looks pretty okay. Rick Bannerow. AAA. Alistair's awesome Aussie anecdote. Yeah, we've got one actually from him for tomorrow's show. I'll put that in the show. Thanks, everybody. I think I'll wrap this up. We're going to go over to my father and his girlfriend's place, his partner's place, and have a dinner tonight. The family that was here this past weekend. Hi, Tracker. Hello, Ed Worley on YouTube. Family that was here, my beloved mother who passed away last November, we were able to gather, the 3 A's, yeah. We were able to gather everybody up on Saturday, my sister from Germany and her husband, and my brother Paul from Maui, and all parts in between, and grandkids and so on. So we had a nice, hi Graham Sweeney, late there. Yeah, we had a nice affair on Saturday, spreading her ashes under a tree we planted with her, actually, when she was still alive last November. And I'm going to stay here a few more days, this week anyway. So we'll do the Tuesday show and the Friday show from Portage Yacht Club. We have strung an Ethernet cable out here. And it's not it's 100 down, 90 down, and about 10, 12 up, last I checked, 12 megabits up, so that should be good. Thank you, Jonathan Frank. Enjoying the time with family here. Yeah, the 3 A's, Andrew, Alistair, and Andrew. Yeah, I'll pitch that. The 3 A's. A cubed. A cubed! Off to Maui on Thursday. Jonathan, are you flying a jet plane? All my bags are packed. I'm ready to go. The taxi's waiting outside my door. I'm ready to. How's that song go? Peter, what was that? Peter, Paul, and Mary? Who the hell was that? Without Julie here, I won't know these songs. Okay, we'll get the lighting improved. And that's about it. And I'm glad I had this chance to do a little. Is the AV sync good? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a little echo in the back of the room, but that's normal. Can't do anything about that. As long as the initial sync is good, Ed Worley says. Okay. Cool shirt. Yeah, this is, I think, Chris, I've worn this on the show once or twice. I think this is last year's Stag Cruise shirt at St. Francis Yacht Club. Jonathan Frank confirming there's good sync, no lag. Sync is close enough, yes. It's astonishing how good this whole streaming thing has gotten when you figure. I mean, literally, I've got a laptop and a couple little. Well, I'll show you what I've got here on the desktop. I mean, on a picnic, not a picnic table, but I literally have the laptop, a Stream Deck, which is I can push some buttons and control some things on the stream. My phone is showing the slides, and that's how I'll do it. I didn't even bring a second computer for the slides, which is usually I bring a second computer, but I was just not even going to do that to save weight. And I didn't check a bag. I just had clothes and my briefcase with a few things in it. So it's as simple as that. So there's the show, the current slide that's showing. In fact, there's the current slide. And then the next slide, so I can see what the next slide up is. The audio is taken off that, goes into the broadcast software. And over here is the audio mixer. It's a little PodTrack P4 Zoom, which is a great audio company, makes it. Hi, Donna Luna Bose. Yeah, Pedro Foiling Sailor, we're performing here. We're doing the clap test. There's nothing to clap about. Mic for the guest, wireless mic for the guest. And that literally is it. The laptop and some other just dongles for hooking things all together. One little camera. It's an old camera. The venerable Logitech C920, which you couldn't find. It's an inexpensive webcam, pretty good webcam for, I don't know what they cost, $80, $75. And I've got several of them from the old days lying around. We don't use them anymore. Penicillin works very well on that. Hi, Peter Stevenson. Yes, hopefully penicillin will cure the clap. As we're here at the Portage Yacht Club, we've done 28 minutes. I'll go to 30 minutes. Just say I tested for 30 minutes. Dropped 0 frames. 0 frames. And nothing. And of course, it's no surprise that I don't have any problem with rendering and so on, because there's only one camera and then this phone feeding video in and audio, as you be able to hear. We got the audio. I can mute it coming off the phone. This obviously is last Tuesday's show. We didn't do a show on Friday because I was here getting ready for my mother's memorial service. And we can move this. Countdown is working. The audio, does that sound okay? A fancy scarf draped on that chair. And maybe we'll find. My sister is still here from Germany. Maybe I can get her to sit in and play Julia for a minute. How about a quick one here's? Here's a few things about going on in the America's Cup world, Jonathan Frank, as a matter of fact. I don't know. Ted Ryman says it sounds perfect. Cauterizing the wound with gunpowder and a dab of hot tar will sort that. I think we're back on. Oh gosh, you guys. STDs, STIs, the clap. So there's our opening. Let's see if it segues correctly into our new theme. That sound okay? The typeface is not correct. It doesn't seem to have that typeface, that font on the phone. And it'll be shown on number 722 tomorrow. Okay, so we'll work with that. The toucans on the latest AC-75s are a hilarious subject. ETNZ launched with them too. Jazz Illustrated. Thanks, Chris Fury. Okay, enough of all that. We'll go to our cover slide from last Tuesday. We'll fix that. What should the cover slide be? What should it be tomorrow? What is the main story in the yachting world? What should the lead, the LEDE be? We've already thanked Hamish, so I don't have to run those slides again. We talked about the NHL champions, so we don't need to talk about that. There's Bill Wingrove down in Tampa, Florida, who's not a fan. ETNZ sailing in Barcelona. They've splashed their boat and sailing. Is that right? Is that what we should lead with? The Swan Cup? Maybe the Swan Cup, Ed Worley is saying. And I have in the can from Ed Worley, I have an America's Cup chant. Yeah, you can hear I got to close the door from the lake room. The office for the club is around the corner. Newport, Bermuda, cool results, indeed. Rick Bannerow took some great pictures of, what was it, Edgartown Race Week? What did you send me, Rick? Okay, well, it all seems to be working. And we're dropping 0 frames, which is as Julia knows, those of you who saw you'll remember this from last Tuesday. A week ago, this day in history, we have some audio. Oh, the phone needs a charge. Okay, that's okay. Let's go back. See if I can back that up. I can. Okay, good. What happened on this day in history? The 25th of June, 1967. And of course, it was the Beatles. First worldwide, the first worldwide live TV, 400 million viewers. I saw numbers variously between 300 and 700 million. And that was that first BBC led, and a bunch of countries jumped in and did that first live via satellite telecast. And then two years later, 1969, was the landing on the moon where they did the same thing. And it was, not too much longer after that we were watching live racing via satellite around the world from Perth, from Frio. Hello, Gordon Smith. You're not late. You're just joining in on I got to fix that. I got to get that camera shot, which is cropped. It's got to be moved. Round the Sound and round the island, Martha's Vineyard. Okay, that's what those pictures were that Rick Bannerow sent. Last time you were at the club, you raced a boat. Yes, in fact, I raced Thursday night. I hadn't raced a small boat in a year, racing here in the Interlake class, which is an 18-foot sloop rig boat. Looks like a big snipe, hard chines, designed by the same guy that designed the Star class. The Star, a guy called Francis Sweisguth. It was designed, the Interlake, this 18-foot, it was just originally main and jib like the Star, and then the class later on added a spinnaker, which is how it's raced today. But it's low aspect ratio rig, popular. There's 1,000, 1,200 of them around here in the Great Lakes and the inland lakes of Michigan, Ohio, particularly Indiana. The Interlake, and I did race my, actually Clark Chapin, whom you all know from the show, our good friend Clark. He was on the race committee duty, so he kindly lent me his boat. I was going to race my dad's boat, but my dad's boat has just been put together, and no one's really had time to check it all out. So it was easier to sail Clark Chapin's boat and hope that it would be it was obviously in good shape. And we had a 212 with a newbie crew, somebody who's done very little crewing. It was light. Fortunately, it was light air for my poor old back. It was a 4 Tylenol night, 2 before the race, prophylactically, and 2 after the race. And it was good fun. We were tied for first on the night with another team, Commodore Brooks Smith. And if I hadn't made a couple stupid mistakes in the light air, I would have probably won 2 of the 3 races, if not all 3. But we still know how to race, still know how to sail, and it was good fun. And then everyone, in fact, that long table behind me here in the lake room, and that table goes quite a bit here, off here to the, that is where the sailors all gather. So that's already set up for this Thursday night race. Although I didn't think there's a race Thursday. I think the staff has just set it up thinking there was a race Thursday night, but of course it's the 4th of July, so I don't think there's a race. I know there's not a race Thursday, and Clark Chapin and I are trying to get something informal over the weekend. Big fireworks here at the lake on Saturday night. They don't do it on the 4th. They do it on the Saturday night nearest to the 4th, which will be this coming Saturday night, and then I'll go back to San Francisco. Yeah, I think Ted Ryman, I think Clark will be joining me. I'm trying to get him on the show, in fact, tomorrow. As I said, I think my dad he's agreed. We'll see if he comes out. He's agreed to come on the show on Friday, provided he's not too busy here at the club. And, things will come up because he wants to be busy. My dad's one of these guys who lives to work. Not the other way around. He doesn't work to live. He lives to work. He loves what he's doing. He calls this the playground. He works all day, every day at age 91. Bless his heart. Yes, my back barked back, Rick Bannerow, for the better part of, let's see, that race was Thursday. It was pretty much all weekend. But it's come good. I'm fine. Okay, how long have we been streaming? 38 minutes. How many frames have we dropped? 0. One last check here while we're live. And we have frames missed due to rendering lag, which is a CPU process on the computer. 0. I mean 0.0, but I mean a true 0 out of almost 40,000 frames. Skip frames due to encoding lag, 0. Almost 40,000 frames. Likewise, no frames dropped due to the network, so I guess our network connection, the cable, here's the Ethernet cable on the floor going into the office, which is out around the corner. You grab that off the setup in the club office. Good night, Ted Ryman. Get some sleep. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll be live at the normal time tomorrow at 1300 Pacific, which is 1600 here in the East. Rick Bannerow will see you then, and all the rest of you, as I think I'll call it a test, a successful test. Call it a day. See you tomorrow at the normal time. Until then, ciao for now.